Hello there. Welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the top 5 most mind-blowing facts that sound fake but are actually true. If you haven't already, please smash the like button. And feel free to subscribe and comment on what top 10 videos you would like to see in the future. Without further ado, let's get into it. Number 5. The girl who survived jumping off the Empire State Building. We all know falling from dangerous heights can be scary. Life-threatening. Dangerous. Some of us are even scared of heights. But not this woman. Stepping off a 86-story building is no laughing matter, and it is not something anybody survives. Unless their name is Melvita Adams. If you're wondering how the heck this is possible, I will end your suspense. The woman, Adams, did jump off the Empire State. And she did go crashing down onto the concrete. But the concrete in question wasn't the sidewalk far below. After leaping out into the unknown, Adams was pushed by a freak gust of wind. It just happened to be strong enough to blow her onto the ledge of the 25th floor, fracturing her hip and breaking both arms and a leg. Before Adams could try jumping again, security guards grabbed her and dragged her back inside. I guess you could say God was on her side that day. Number 4. Female hurricanes kill more people than male ones. If we ask you to name a deadly hurricane, we're betting most of you would have a female name pop into your head, likely Katrina or Audrey. There's a good reason for that. Female hurricanes are more likely to kill people than male hurricanes. Why? Well, you're about to find out. Since about 1979, hurricanes have changed between being called female and male-sounding names. For every hurricane that hits a populated area, they are given names, either a masculine or feminine-sounding name. And on average, the hurricanes that were given feminine names killed 59 people compared to the little 11 people the male-sounding hurricanes killed. Is this a coincidence, or was it destined to be that women are more powerful? We tend to think women are unthreatening and less powerful than men. So when we hear female hurricanes coming, we kick back and refuse to evacuate. But maybe we should if we want to live. Number 3. One cloud weighs as much as 100 elephants. When you look up at the clouds, they look like they must be lighter than air, or at least have a similar consistency to cotton candy. Most people assume that they are weightless since they are floating. You have probably also experienced going through a cloud when you're flying in an aeroplane. However, a cloud is much heavier than you would ever imagine. It actually weighs an average of 1.1 million pounds or 498,000 kilograms. So how on earth does something so heavy float? The water droplets crystallized, and this water spreads out so the weight is evenly distributed. One cloud usually spreads across more than a mile, and there is a quarter of a mile thick. It takes over 1 million of these small water droplets floating in the clouds to form into just one raindrop. Luckily for us, when clouds have too much moisture, it just rains, instead of crashing down onto our heads. The ocean contains 20 million tons of gold. Imagine if you discovered a near unlimited supply of gold sitting right under your nose. All your worries will be over, right? Well, we've got some good news and some bad news for you. The good news is that such a stash of gold really does exist, within easy driving distance as well. The bad news is that is scattered over the entire ocean. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, our planet's ocean contains a staggering 20 million tons of unclaimed gold. That's enough to give every single person alive today 9 pounds of the stuff, or to just keep it for yourself and become the richest person on the entire planet. The trouble, sadly, is getting at it. Much of the gold of the ocean is distributed at a very, very fine level. A single liter of seawater contains 13 billionths of a gram of gold. There is no way of extracting that. The biggest gold deposits are buried a mile or two under the sea surface and require a massive mining operation to extract. Number 5. 2 men lost their arms during a game of tug-of-war. While this sounds like a scene out of a Monty Python's movie, it was a real nightmare scenario. In 1997, a group of adult men were playing a game of tug-of-war in Taiwan. There was a huge celebration for the holiday called Rote Recession Day in a park along the Keelung River in the city of Taipei. The media was gathered to capture footage of a massive game of tug-of-war. Hundreds of people were watching and there were over 1,600 people playing on the rope when it snapped. This large amount of force was enough to rip out the arms of two men who were standing at the front of each team. Their arms came straight out of their socket and it is all captured on video. They were rushed to the Mackay Memorial Hospital and it took over 7 hours of intensive surgery to reattach their arms. These men were actually some of the lucky ones. Tug-of-war has been played since ancient times and is surprisingly responsible for several deaths, injuries and loss of limbs. So next time you want to play a game of tug-of-war, don't pull too hard. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Be sure to comment on what top 5 videos you would like to see in the future. Like if you enjoyed it, also feel free to subscribe as these videos take a lot of time to make.